played Origin at Etihad. How do you think it's going to compare here at the MCG?
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere at Etihad, but I think this is certainly going to go up a few levels. You know, to have a full house at the MCG and play in front of it is certainly going to be something to look forward to. I've been fortunate enough to sit here in the grandstands and watch an AFL grand final in front of a full house, and the atmosphere it creates is certainly second to none, and looking forward to next year.
Do you think a full house is realistic?
Yeah, I certainly think it's realistic. I think in terms of the popularity of State of Origin and the popularity of rugby league in general in Victoria is certainly realistic to fill this stadium, yeah.
And it's just something that's good for the game to bring it down here, and I mean, if it works out as you say, you get a full house, it'd be pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think it's great for the game. You know, it's great for Melburnians and Victorians to get a chance to see State of Origin in their home state, and you know, for the game, it's a showpiece of rugby league, State of Origin, and to have it down here and expanding our game is certainly a great thing.
Because I saw you having a look around and sort of taking it in. What did you think?
Yeah, it's a great stadium. It's like a coliseum, isn't it? It's you know, to walk around here and to see so many big games played every year in the AFL and cricket games, and you know, to have the opportunity to run out here and play, and hopefully in front of a full house, it'd be an amazing atmosphere.
How are you going fitness-wise?
Yeah, I'm going all right. My shoulder's still a little bit sore, but I'm probably going to be out for a couple of weeks.
Origin too?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. We'll have to wait and see, but you know, I'm doing everything I can to get it right.
Bill, if you were touch and go for Origin, would you risk it knowing that you might miss more time for the Storm, or would the club sort of have to become first?
I'd make sure that I could play that game. That would be my only thing that I'd make sure is if I could get through that 80 minutes and you know, not be a liability for the Queensland side. Well, I'll be playing, mate.
In terms of player welfare, obviously it was a brutal game last week. Some guys like Cam had to back up on the weekend. There's been talk about a standalone weekend for Origin. Is there a better way it can be done to sort of help the players?
Yeah, it's hard, Julian. It's that topic's been going around for a long time, and it is what it is at the moment. And there probably is a better way, but you know, we haven't come up with the solution just yet. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, we want to be involved in State of Origin. We want to play as many games for our club as possible. So that's just how it is at the moment. And I think our club, well, certainly our club at the Melbourne Storm, they certainly look after us as best they can during this period, and make sure that we've got enough time off during the week. And after we do back up after an Origin, it's basically a week off for us. So yeah, there probably is a better way to do it, but you know, you're asking the wrong person to come up with it.
You mentioned Cooper might be still available for Origin 3. Is that a realistic opportunity?
Yeah, I'm no doctor, but you know, I've heard 6 to 8 weeks, and I've heard 8 to 12 weeks. So it all comes down to how he heals and you know, what happens in probably a month's time. So knowing Cooper, he'll be doing everything he can to get right, and I'm sure if he's good to go in Origin 3, well, you know, he'll be putting his hand up.
Bill, did you ever sort of have in your head that there could be an Origin here one day again during your career, or was it not something that you thought would come again?
Oh, I haven't really thought about it, to be honest, and you know, I've always been excited about having games down here in Melbourne, whether it be for Australia or for State of Origin. You know, playing at Etihad, you know, against England in the Australian match a few years ago was, you know, a great thrill for myself, and playing State of Origins there as well. But this is just another level. It's, you know, you can just see by the size of the stadium and just the history that it holds as well is certainly one to be a part of.
Do you think it is bigger than the AFL Grand Final? State of
Origin? Oh yeah, certainly being a Queenslander. I don't think there's anything that can compare to it. You know, just the build-up as well. The build-up, the history that goes along with it. I think in terms of State of Origin, you know, it was probably the most brutal game that I've been a part of, you know, in my career, and I've never been a part of a game that has had so many injuries come out of it. But if you ask every player that got injured last Wednesday night whether they would sacrifice playing that game for their injury, I don't think anyone would be putting their hand up. So that's what it means to the players, and that's what it means to the people of the States as well.